In today's video, I am going to be breaking down if the Horns offense works with younger players. A lot of coaches have been asking over the last few years, or even the last few months specifically, that will a Horns offense work with 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and 11-year-olds? Because generally speaking, you want to run positionless basketball with younger players, in my opinion, but you could run the Horns offense and you could run it very positionless as well. So let's get down and let's check out a couple of plays that could work with younger players. If you would like the Horns playbook, make sure to go check out the link that is down in the description below, because the Horns offense is absolutely fantastic to run. So one of my favorite offenses that you can run inside of the Horns offense is to pass the ball to the high post. When this happens, player 4 is going to be setting a back screen for player 1, and when this happens, player 1 will be the first option to look for. Player 4, however, he is going to curl off to the 3-point line. This gives a secondary option for player 5 to pass to. If he passes to player 1, most likely that's going to be an easy layup. Sometimes if player 2's defender plays help, then this could be a skip pass over to player 2. So there's 3 options essentially off of this one pass. If player 4 was to receive this pass, player 5, after player 1 cuts, player 1 will then fill out just like the 5-out offense to the opposite side as to where he passed. Player 2 will then lift, and the offense will go like this. Player 5 kicks the ball to player 4. He will set the down screen for player 3. Player 3 can come up. He can then either pop up to the 3 or cut towards the rim. And now we can be in what I call 5-out. So player 3 makes that cut. Player 5 can pop, fill the empty spots, and now we can be in 5-out. I personally enjoy running 5-out after a set play, for example, like Horns. And while that third option may be just a little too hard, you could just flop into a 5-out very easily without having to go through that last screen. But this is a very simple play that you could run with probably 11-year-olds or even 12-year-olds if they've been playing basketball for a couple of years. One play that's very popular with teams that are brand new at playing basketball, if they are running Horns, is this simple pin down play. Keep in mind they're pinning down here because these players are usually in help defense. So that's why the screen is here and not screening up here. Unless you're playing really young players where they play really super tight on everyone, well then you'll screen out here. But if you're playing against anyone who's playing real help defense, the screen is down here. These players will pop up at the exact same time. And now what we are hoping for is a mismatch. If they call switch, and let's say for example, a guard is now defending a tall player. Well, now we want to feed the ball to this side, feed the ball down, and we can get a little bit of a mismatch off of this play. If that's not an option, there was no switches or there was just no options inside of this Horns play, then they can clear out and you can run 5-out. And a simple 5-out would be like a pass and cut. That's what I mean by a simple 5-out. But this is not a 5-out video, so I'm not going to explain it. Another very simple play that even I have ran with under 10-year-old players, like U10s, is a double screen up top. Now, with U10, you're generally playing against man-to-man, so this is an option that you can run. Player 1 can decide left or right when he attacks. Player 4 is going to roll down the middle. Player 1 is going to attack on this side. Player 5 is going to pop. And now, player 1 has 3 options, well, technically 4, but with the younger teams 3. So he can attack and score. He can pass to player 4 for a layup. He could pass to player 2 for a 3. He could pass to player 5 for a 3. These are all options depending on what defenses are running. At older age groups, you could make the skip pass out to the corner depending on what player 3's help defender is doing. If he's playing down here and there's no drop or anything here, because it would just make it really messy if that was the case, then player 3 is generally wide open. Now you're probably saying, well, coach, I run against zones because there's more and more of these AAU coaches that are running zones with 10 and 11-year-olds. What should I do if I want to run Horns? Well, there's actually a really good Horns play that you can run. There's actually 2 really good Horns plays that you could run. And I am going to show you both. So most popular defense when it comes to zones is a 2-3 zone. And what you are usually going to find is both of these players are going to be guarding up top. If this is the case, these players can do a cross screen, especially if these players are wide open. And when that happens, player 1, because these players are setting these screens, player 1 can go right in between and pull for a shot right here. He can pull for a floater, or he can get right to the rim and try to beat player 5, especially if player 5 is slow. He comes up to guard early. If these players collapse, player 1 can decide to choose a side and he can kick it out for a 3. If these guys don't close, and with younger players they generally don't because they've been told to stand in those spots and guard their areas, well then player 1, if he's faster than 5, can just get to the rim for the layup. Another one that I really like is to have player 1 dribble to one side. That's going to draw that defender with him. And now we are going to have the pass into player 4. When this pass happens, there's a lot of things that will happen. So first off, player 2 needs to watch out right here. Next is this lifts player 5. Player 5 blue is going to cut across the key. If he's open, you hit him with a pass. If, however, player 3 collapses, you make the kick out to player 3. You make that big long kick out pass over to player 3. If player 4 drops, then you make the kick out pass to player 2 for the 3. So, basically what you are doing is you are turning this into a 4-on-3 situation, and these 3 players have to decide who to guard out of the 4. So definitely go check out my Horns basketball playbook that is down in the description below. Some of the plays are very easy. A lot of the plays are a little bit harder because it is a high school playbook, but a lot of the plays are simple. So definitely go check it out. If you want a great way of being able to stop the Horns offense, make sure to go check out my Deadly Defensive Strategies book, because that is going to be able to trap players early so that they cannot set up their offense. So definitely go check out the Deadly Defensive Strategies book that is down in the description below. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video. I hope that these plays help your team win more games. If they do, hit that like button and subscribe.